Aliens. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brewski, for another Rooski Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you is by Omnipollo Brewing Company. It is their Zodiak IPA, coming in at 6.2% alcohol by volume and an unknown IBUs. This beer is brewed by Omnipollo of Stockholm, Sweden, and also here in Toronto, Canada. So it is a Swedish brewery, and they do this beer as here in Toronto. So it's like domestic and international at the same time. Interesting. But Zodiak IPA, 6.2%. Kind of interesting. Black can with aliens, pyramids, and other sci-fi sort of designs around the can, and a traditional like alien lime green. Quite interesting. Saw this at the LCBO today, and I'm like, well, this is interesting. So let's pick it up and see what we got. Let's give it a pour. I don't think I've had a Swedish beer, so I'm quite interested to see what we have. Give about that much of a pour. It's looking very, very pale straw colored, quite hazy. Good amount of head on there as well. I just want to check for a brewed on date. Actually, there is one. Actually, I think it's a best before date. It says 14/07/18. If you find Earth boring, don't know what that means. Probably a best before date. So I'm gonna guess that it is decently fresh because I haven't seen it since today. So that's quite awesome indeed. With that, let's give it a smell. See what we got. Actually, got a lot of carbonation got a lot of carbonation coming through the beer. Let's smell it. Piney, grapefruity, good tropical aromas coming off this. Little dank, little resiny. It smells actually quite tropical. More of a tropical IPA rather than just a hop forward IPA sort of thing. I'm actually quite excited about this. So let's give her a sip, see what we got. Oh, bunch of hops coming at you, mixed in with some pineapple, grapefruit. I want to see maybe a little bit of cantaloupe even. There's a lighter fruity note in there in the middle. Definitely some like lemon, citrus, and a very hoppy finish. Finish is quite hoppy, lingers on the tongue so far. A little spicy even, like a white peppery spice almost. Not too bad actually, but yeah, definitely hoppy for sure. But with that said, let's keep on drinking, see what else we can find. Cheers, everybody. Creamy mouthfeel, fruity, piney, resiny, pineapples, mangoes, a little bit of cantaloupe, some white pepperish sort of flavor coming through as like a spicy note almost. Quite not. You know what? I'm a little shocked. Quite good. I didn't know what to really expect about this beer just because it is basically a black can with some designs on it. Not much of a description either. Looking at the can now, there's nothing really on here. It just says India Pale Ale brewed by Omnipollo, Stockholm, Sweden, and Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Product of Canada, contains malted barley, oats, and wheat. See bottom of can for best before date. That's all it has on here. No ingredients. Right? Yeah, no ingredients, no IBUs, no description. It's a bit of a mystery, to be honest. But quite well done so far. Moving over to the website now, omnipollo.com. For Zodiak, it says, there's a little bit of a description here. It says, our house IPA, a blend of grains, untouched post-fermentation and aspiringly hopped with Simcoe, Citra, and Centennial. 6.2% alcohol by volume, brewed at Brunswick Beer Works in Canada, and some word, can't pronounce it, in Belgium. So it looks like it's not brewed in Sweden, it's brewed in Belgium. Yeah, I can't even speak. But very, very nice beer indeed. This is actually a pretty good IPA, in the sense that it has really good qualities of a very more just regular hoppy IPA, and also one of the ones that uses Citra hops where it's definitely a little bit more fruity, but not super fruity. It's a good balance between hoppy IPAs and fruity, tropically hoppy IPAs. Quite nice. Goes down smooth. You can feel the carbonation. The bubbles are definitely strong. They're definitely there. And it doesn't ruin the mouthfeel. It actually works really well with the hops and that little spicy note that I get. And even the citrus, everything just flows real nicely together in this beer. Quite impressed. And it drinks easy. That's one of the good things about it too. Even though it is a little bit more hazy, doesn't feel super thick like some hazier IPAs do. Quite enjoyable. Now, moving over to Beer Advocate, Zodiak has been given a BA score of 4.11 out of 5, and that's out of 185 ratings. Any information? No, just brewed by Omnipollo in Sweden. Quite nice. No IBUs listed here either. No notes. Availability is rotating availability. So I'm not sure. They said they're house IPA, so I'm not sure. When it says house, you'd think it'd be a year-round IPA, but this is telling me rotating. I'm gonna go with the website. But yeah, I haven't seen this beer in the LCBO before. Really happy I picked it up. Quite a nice beer. Damn. The pininess of it, and it's a heavy, like lemony citrus that. There's a lot of flavors going on. You start with the pine, and you go into sort of that mango, pineapple, and a bit of light cantaloupe, and then it rounds out into a intense hoppy finish with that sort of white pepper spiciness to go along with a nice lemony citrus vibe to it as well. But with all that said, let's finish this up and get right to ratings. Cheers on the final sip, guys. Goes down smooth. Definitely a big hop bite for sure. If you like hops, this is definitely a beer to get that great hop flavor all in around your taste buds. So, Omnipollo Zodiak. Rating for this beer. Tough one for sure. Actually, it's not. I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. That's where my mind's going. 8.5. It's really well done. A lot of different flavors in here that flow and mingle really well together. The one gripe that I do have is maybe the carbonation, just in the fact that it is so carbonated that I do tend to edit these out, but I've been burping throughout the beer, and I've been burping a bit more than I would have wanted to, and they're a little bit strong, maybe because I drank it a bit faster, but still the carbonation does have a bit of an effect when you do drink, and that's part of the whole drinking experience, is that this makes me very, very burpy. But with that said, flavors are on the money, looks good, smells delicious, goes down pretty nice. It's a solid beer, and I definitely want to pick up more in the future. Moving over on to presentation, on the other hand, I gotta say, it's a very interesting can design. Totally black with the lime, sort of alien lime green designs on it. Looks very ominous sort of thing, very sci-fi. Looks really, really cool. One gripe that I do have is that there is no description and there's no IBUs on here. But They do have a clearly labeled best before date on the bottom, which I think is definitely the thing you want on a can, if anything at all. So, points there, but still it's a little bit of a mystery of a beer. But when you get over to the website is pretty basic, to be honest, not too much going on, but you know, it has a little bit of a description of just what kind of hops that are used in here, which is really nice as well, and where it's brewed at, both here in Canada and in Belgium. But yeah, lack of IBUs, and maybe like a more of a real description of the beer. But overall, I gotta give presentation of this beer of Zodiak, I gotta give it a solid 8 out of 10 as well, just because the logo is so unique. It's, you know, it caught my eye, you know, that's the one thing. I was just like, it has that bit of mystery to it that makes you want to try the beer for sure. But with all that said, before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. And if you want, you can go ahead and like and subscribe to me, and like the video and all that jazz, and you know, just join me for a beer or two, kick back, relax, sip on something hoppy or malty, and just come and enjoy the times. So with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Maple Brewski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.